Breaking news! The heat is rising behind the scenes at the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I've got some explosive points to share with you today. We all know this offseason has been busy, and there's still a lot coming before the season kicks off. What I've been hearing in the past few hours could shift the entire outlook for this team. But before I dive in, make sure you've tapped that like button if you've been a Steelers fan for more than 17 years. It's amazing to see fans of all ages rallying. While you're here, drop a comment that says, "Go Steelers, my heart bleeds black and gold," to show your pride. Arthur Smith, the Steelers' offensive coordinator, has charted a genius strategy to take on the modern NFL defense. Today's defenses are light and fast, usually running nickel formations with 4 linemen, 2 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs. They rely on disguised coverages, man-match principles, exotic blitzes, and rapid pre-snap rotations to confuse offenses. These packages are designed to stop the spread, pass-heavy game. But the trade-off is fewer bodies in the box. Arthur sees this as a golden opportunity, and he's ready to strike with power. Last year, Smith began shifting toward a run-heavy approach, using 2 and 3 tight end sets more than almost anyone in the league. He loved going with 12 and 13 personnel to compete in the trenches. They ran often 6th most attempts per game, but the results fell short. They finished near the bottom in yards per attempt and success rate. The offensive line struggled with Smith's demanding outside zone scheme, and Najee Harris, while tough, didn't have the explosion needed to thrive in this system. So Smith adjusted. Enter Caleb Johnson from Iowa, a bulldozing 230-pound runner with elite vision, footwork, and speed, over 22 miles per hour on tape. Plenty to challenge modern defenses head-on in Smith's outside zone style. Night and day from last year's backfield. And the line is trending upward too. George Fant slides back to left tackle and brings natural position fit and first-round pedigree. Troy Fautanu is fully healthy and ready to step up. Mason McCormick looks poised to make a sophomore leap. Zach Frazier anchors the interior as one of the better centers in the league, and Isaac Sumalo continues to offer veteran stability. This group is built to block downhill, open creases, and dominate in heavy personnel sets. Smith also understands that defenses loaded to stop the run need to be punished through the air. That explains the aggressive acquisition of DK Metcalf, speed and length to stretch the field. Aaron Rodgers, the 4-time MVP, fits perfectly into this game plan. He's elite at ball security, quick decisions, avoiding sacks, and hitting big plays when they matter. He finished last season top 5 in turnover-worthy percentages and sacks avoided, plus he remains a threat for explosive completions. Still, even with Metcalf, Calvin Austin III, Roman Wilson, and Robert Woods, Pittsburgh may not be satisfied. Reports suggest they're exploring adding another impact receiver, potentially Amari Cooper, Romeo Dew, Keenan Allen, or even a speedy youngster like Trey Palmer or Devontae Wicks. Imagine that, Metcalf and another vertical threat lining up against defenses that just stacked 12 players to stop Caleb Johnson. Rodgers takes his shots downfield, boom. That's the vision. If this all comes together, Johnson running with power, an upgraded line opening holes, Rodgers managing the offense with precision, and speed threats outside, we could see Pittsburgh producing a top 1-0 rushing offense in 2025. The defense keeps scores low, the run game controls the tempo, and Rodgers connects when needed. Really all they need is to cross 20 points each game, and I believe they can do it. What do you think? Is Pittsburgh's offense ready to fire on all cylinders this season? Put it simply, drop a T4 true or F4 false in the comments. Will the Steelers have a top 1-0 run game in 2025? This is a turning point, a bold statement by Arthur Smith, and I'm eager to hear your take. The Steelers' offensive landscape is evolving fast, and there's more unfolding beneath the surface than you might expect. As promised, here's a deeper dive into what's brewing behind the scenes, new wrinkles, surprise moves, and everything else you need to know to understand how this offense is being redesigned to dominate in 2025. First off, let's revisit the heart of Arthur Smith's philosophy, a punishing, downhill run game married with play action and chunk passing to catch defenses in transition. Last year, Smith leaned heavily into 12 and 13 personnel formations, 2 and 3 tight ends, leading the league in that usage. It was just the foundation. What was lacking? A true zone power runner, an O-line tailored for his system, and complementary weapons on the outside. These pieces are now being pieced together, and the fit is starting to take shape. Caleb Johnson is the keystone. He isn't just strong, he's a natural fit for Smith's outside zone emphasis. His vision, burst, and ability to hit the second level at over 22 miles per hour were on full display at Iowa. Contrast that with Najee Harris, who struggled finding space and imposed less vertical threat. Johnson brings that explosiveness and the ability to stretch defense laterally and vertically. Think Derrick Henry in 2020, Smith's old offense in Tennessee. Suddenly, Johnson isn't just a ball carrier. He's a line stretcher. The O-line improvements can't be understated. George Fant returning to left tackle restores consistency and pedigree. Troy Fautanu, healthy now and familiar with the system, offers a valuable upgrade at guard. Mason McCormick's second-year progression gives them depth and explosiveness. Plus, Zach Frazier's quick ascension to a top-tier center anchors the interior, while Isaac Sumalo brings veteran savvy and efficiency. This isn't a patchwork line, it's a fully retooled unit designed for power zone schemes and heavy TE formations that Smith loves. On the outside, the Steelers have assembled a unique mix of talent. DK Metcalf's physicality and vertical ability are well known. Calvin Austin III quietly made waves last season with his speed and agility, underrated but invaluable. Slot specialist Roman Wilson brings Rodgers' familiarity and separation, while Robert Woods adds reliability and experience. The conversation happening now is centered on adding another vertical weapon, a strong outside complement to Gibson. Amari Cooper, Romeo Dew, and Keenan Allen have been mentioned, along with younger speedsters like Trey Palmer or Devontae Wicks. The pattern is clear. Smith wants perimeter weapons that force defenses to respect the outside, preventing them from crowding the box. Aaron Rodgers ties all this together perfectly. His 2024 performance showcased an elite quick-release game, world-class ball security, top 5 lowest turnover-worthy plays, and 4th best sack avoidance rate in the league. Even at 41, Rodgers retains the ability to throw deep and make clutch plays. With a run-heavy approach controlling tempo, Smith can let Rodgers operate as a quarterback play manager, letting the front run game set the tone, then unlocking chunks as they come. It's a formula that maximizes Rodgers' strengths and limits exposure. Behind Rodgers, Russell Wilson provides capable insurance, with a demonstrated proficiency in ball security and quick decision-making, 1.7% turnover-worthy rate in 2023. The Steelers aren't relying on Wilson to develop long-term. He's here to keep the offense stable if Rodgers isn't available. It's a secure and smart backup plan. Beyond offense, the defense remains rock solid. Under Mike Tomlin, injury permitting, Pittsburgh has consistently been a low 20s point allowed team. When you consistently put up 20-plus points and let your defense do its job, especially in the AFC North, your win chances skyrocket. And there's more strategy beneath the surface. Smith is expected to increase RPO, run-pass option, usage within the heavy personnel sets. By building defenses to expect physical runs, then instantly threatening crossers, mesh routes, and seams, Pittsburgh can freeze safeties and linebackers. With Rodgers and Johnson as threats, the Steelers can toggle between brutal ground game and surgical play action, driving opposing coordinators crazy. Now, let's inspect situational effectiveness. Last year, Pittsburgh ranked near the bottom in third and medium and third and long success rates. Offense stalled against aggressive boxes and disguised coverages. With Johnson hitting seams and defenses forced to account for Metcalf, Smith's play action should deliver much better third down performance in 2025.